Hello and thank you for joining us on this episode of Energy and You, a program that showcases the activities of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, NNPC Limited. The program also brings you other developments within the energy sector. I'm Egusa Higumbo. On the show today, Ministers of State for Petroleum Resources express satisfaction with the progress made on the rehabilitation of the Warri Refinery and the OB3 gas pipeline project. And key players in the industry signed pact to reduce contracting cycle for maximum efficiency and economic development. All of these and much more in a moment. Stay with us. Let's start the show with what's trending on the global energy space this week.
Oil prices edged up at the beginning of the week, recouping some of the losses suffered at the end of last week, as investors focused on a tight global supply outlook while a last-minute deal that avoided the U.S. government shutdown restored risk appetite. Brent December crude futures rose 49 cents to $92.69 a barrel, after falling 90 cents last Friday. Brent November futures settled down 7 cents at $95.31 a barrel at the contract expiry last Friday. U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude futures gained 55 cents to $91.34 a barrel after losing 92 cents last Friday. Both benchmarks rallied nearly 30% in the third quarter. The Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries with Russia and other allies is unlikely to tweak its current oil output policy when the panel of the Joint Ministerial Monitoring Committee meets on Wednesday, as tighter supplies and rising demand drive an oil price rally.
As part of a robust stakeholders accountability plan for the Nigerian oil and gas industry, the Ministers of State for Petroleum Resources, Oil and Gas recently inspected some of the major projects being executed by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, NNPC Limited. Critical amongst these projects is the OB3 gas pipeline project, which aims to ensure sustainable energy supply. It also plays a vital role in the delivery of the Ajaokuta-Kaduna-Kano gas pipeline project, which will facilitate gas supply from southern to central Nigeria. The Minister of Petroleum Resources, Oil, Senator Heineken Lokpobiri, was also on site in Warri Delta State to assess the level of work done at the Warri Refining and Petrochemical Company.
Do this change right now, then put the next stretch on?
The on-the-spot assessment tour led by the State Ministers of Petroleum Resources, Oil and Gas was in the company of the Group CEO of NNPC Limited and the Chief Executive Officer of the Nigeria Midstream and Downstream Regulatory Authority. The first project assessed was the Obia-4, Obricom and Oben gas pipeline project, known as OB3. There, the ministers inspected construction works on the River Niger crossing section of the project, commonly referred to as KP 15, 16, 17. These sections of the pipeline project are pivotal to the delivery of the AKK gas pipeline project.
We did that and we're able to put this arrangement in place.
The success of the OB3 project is vital to the various energy initiatives across the country. In view of this, the ministers urged for immediate feedback on challenges impeding the delivery of the project, while emphasizing the importance and need for its timely delivery.
Coming here and saying that, this project has come this far, and with the firm commitment that it will be completed by December, where have I had that we are about experiencing new, investment opportunities by different companies. This will be a game changer. And as it has been said, if this doesn't work, the AKK project and our demand, our quest, to provide enough gas for domestic use will be a mirage. And we believe that having come this far, if we encounter any problem, they don't hesitate to come to us.
I implore all of you that are involved in this very project to be passionate about the whole thing, be intentional about it, to make sure we complete it on time. Mr. President is passionate about gasifying Nigeria, which of course is my mission as a minister. We need to gasify Nigeria. And when that is done, the means of doing business in Nigeria will come down, GDP will increase, forex will come in.
Also speaking during the ministerial tour, Group CEO NNPC Limited, Mr. Mele Kyari, affirmed the commitment and determination of all parties involved to complete the project by December 2023.
This 48-inch line crossing the river Niger from the east into the west means, the bottleneck over 2 billion scope of gas. It will enable potential return of upstream people back to production, because no one will put money into this if they know that they cannot discharge the gas. We will deliver this, but it's a must-do project.
There were more assurances of quality service delivery and meeting deadlines from the construction firm and its technical partners handling the KP 15, 16, 17 sections of the project inspected.
This is a fuel catalytic unit.
The next stop was led by the State Minister of Petroleum Resources Oil, Senator Henike Lukobiri. He led the delegation of the Group CEO NNPC Limited, Mr. Mele Kyari, and the Executive Vice President of the company, Downstream and Upstream, Adedapo Shegun and Orishameiwa Eison, on tour of the Warri Refining and Petrochemical Company, where the team participated in the ongoing 13th meeting of the Refineries Rehabilitation Steering Committee to assess ongoing quick fix projects at the refinery.
I want to see how these things can be, fully rehabilitated so that we'll be able to stop or reduce, the quantum of, product that is important into the country and free our forex for some more productive, purposes, for the betterment of our economy. So these projects are so important to government. That was why, as steering committee, we decided that we're going to be rotating our meetings. And today we came here for that meeting. We've seen. The next one will be held in Kaduna. The next one will be Port Harcourt. But I also come, with or without steering committees, I also come as much as possible, to these refineries to ensure that, we keep to the timelines.
We are very happy with what you're doing. We are proud of what we are doing. We are all emotionally attached to this plan coming up so that we can deliver it, including the other plans.
The visit by the team to the project sites of the OB3 gas pipeline and the WRPC Quick Fix project are indicative of the stakeholders' commitments and efforts to ensure Nigeria's energy sufficiency in no distant time. The completion of the Warri refinery will also ensure in-country refining capacity is achieved, just as reduction in dependency on imported petroleum products is realized.
Following the recent retirement of some of its top management staff, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company NNPC Limited has appointed 3 new executive vice presidents in a move aimed at strengthening the company's management structure and delivering on its mission to ensure sustainable energy while creating value for all its stakeholders. Let's meet the 3 executive vice presidents.
Adedapo A. Shegun is the new Executive Vice President Downstream. He is a fellow of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, having passed the qualifying examination of the prestigious body in 1990. With over 35 years of accounting and management experience, Dakpo's oil and gas industry exposure covers both upstream and downstream in Nigeria as well as in the United States of America. He joined NNPC Limited as treasurer in April 2016 and enthusiastically drove a series of optimization initiatives culminating in ISO 9001-2015 certification of Group Treasury Quality Management Systems, the very first in the finance and accounts function. In October 2022, following the transition to NNPC Limited, Dakpo became the Pioneer Chief Finance and Investor Relations Officer, where he was charged with the responsibility of raising medium and long-term financing for NNPC Limited and its wholly owned subsidiaries, as well as overseeing investor relations activities, including the company's journey towards its initial public offer. Orishameiwa A. Eison is the new Executive Vice President Upstream. With over 30 years of work experience, she has contributed immensely to stakeholder value in both private and public enterprises. In her immediate past role as the chief strategist of one of Africa's biggest companies, she led teams that developed corporate strategy, contributed to government policies, regulations, laws. As a frequent speaker at several international platforms, she is a passionate advocate for a just energy transition which adequately balances environmental, social, and governance initiatives within the context of the relevant entity, while driving the strategic, fiscal, commercial, and regulatory conversations that led to the enactment of the Petroleum Industry Act, which creates a workable nexus among sustainable operations, social relationships, and environmental protection. A graduate of economics education from the University of Benin, Eyesan is a member of the Strategic Management Society and the Society of Petroleum Engineers. Olalekan Ogunleye is the new Executive Vice President, Gas, Power and New Energy. He is formerly the Deputy Managing Director of Nigerian LNG Limited and has over 3 decades of experience in the gas sector, primarily with the NNPC Limited, which has equipped him with significant industry experience in various aspects of the gas value chain. He joined NLNG in April 2022. Olalekan Ogunleye holds a degree in law from Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife. He was called to bar in 1991. Olalekan is a member of several professional organizations including the Nigerian Bar Association, International Bar Association, Chartered Institute of Arbitrators, and Association of International Petroleum Negotiators. He was the former legal advisor and Deputy Secretary General of the Nigerian Gas Association. These new appointments signal the NNPC Limited's commitment to excellence, equal opportunity for all Nigerians, and the sustainability of Nigeria's oil and gas industry.
You're still watching Energy and You. Another significant feat has been made as NNPC Limited and the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board signed a Memorandum of Understanding with international oil companies aimed at reducing contracting cycles to an optimal period of not more than 180 working days. Take a look.
The recent event, which took place at the company's headquarters in Abuja, was attended by the company's Group Chief Executive Officer, representatives of international oil companies, and the company's management team. The signing of the MOU is poised to make substantial contribution to achieving double-digit economic growth aimed at creating substantial value for all stakeholders. According to NNPC Limited's Executive Vice President Upstream, Mrs. Orichemeyiwa Eyesan, who represented the Group CEO Mele Kyari, the signing signifies a prosperous future for the nation's oil and gas industry.
The contracting process and its challenges, like has been alluded to by previous speakers, is not new to the industry. If you recall, NIPEX as an organization was established to address the contracting process in the industry. Post-NIPEX, we still have discussions on the contracting process. So obviously, that did not fully address the issues, meaning room for improvement, opportunities for improvement. And it's really gladdening to hear that as an industry, we've taken the bull by the horn. We've decided once again, not taking the disappointments or the failures of yesterday, deciding once again to say, we believe we can make this happen. And we are taking this bold step to sign this SLA as a testament that we are plunging into a future of hope, a future of productivity, and a future of success.
Key benefits of the MOU framework include the reduction of contracting cycles for open competitive tenders, selective tenders, and single-source tenders to 180, 178, and 128 working days respectively. In his remarks, the Executive Secretary of NCDMB, Engineer Simbi Wabote, highlighted that the MOU represents a critical step toward the growth of the nation's crude oil production.
We are delighted that NNPC Limited has now joined as the key party on the MOU, being the senior partner of the JVs and concessionaire of the PSC arrangements. And I think if there was half solution in the past, now we have a full solution to our contracting cycle time.
Also, during their respective remarks, the representatives of the international oil companies expressed optimism and strong commitment to the successful implementation of the MOU.
This has been one of the happier days in my life, I have to say. Not so much for what we are seeing today, but for the fact that this issue has been on the table for so long. And we have frankly danced around it through the years without much progress. So it really gives me great pleasure that finally the day has come that we're having a ceremony to look at this extremely critical issue for our industry.
It's an opportunity really to improve the overall competitiveness of our business. That's what this comes down to. An opportunity to improve effectiveness, to improve efficiency, and to ultimately to create an environment that opens more and more doors for future investment in the country, and that's what we all, mutually want. And that's what provides ultimately through this MOU a situation where it's a true win-win.
We appreciate the effort, and we really have seen a lot of new things ongoing with the new administration, and we are happy to have seen that. And among those, also the optimization of the contracting cycle, it is one of the key to the success of our project here in the country.
The signing of the MOU aligns with NNPC Limited's dedication to its primary mandate of efficiency, as outlined in the Petroleum Industry Act.
More arrests of pipeline vandals recorded. Here's an update on the war on crude oil theft by NNPC Limited.
Across the Niger Delta, the war on crude oil theft is on, and the industry-wide security collaboration continues to record remarkable progress. On the 1st of October 2023, a new level of sophistication in oil theft was uncovered in Mofo Udu, Delta State. A fully functional tissue paper manufacturing plant, powered by an illegal modular refinery, was discovered by Tantita Security Services in a warehouse in Delta State. On the premises, sacks containing stolen crude were also discovered. Vehicles big enough to carry 50 bags of crude oil are reported to supply stolen crude to the facility. The stolen crude is turned into diesel, which is used to power their boilers. The boiler is meant to generate heat that dries crushed recycled papers into tissue paper. In the creeks of Obotie in Delta State and Egboro, local illegal refineries were uncovered and destroyed. This drone shot establishes the dominant business in this area: illegal refining of stolen crude. In Olugobiri and Benikrukru in Bayelsa State, several illegal refineries were discovered and destroyed. In Egbema in Rivers State and Umwaju local community, sacks of crude oil were seized and illegal refineries destroyed. In Owaza in Abia State, illegal refineries are being uncovered. Covered with leaves to camouflage during aerial surveillance, they are being uncovered and destroyed. Here, we see a geographical representation of reported illegal refineries on the 26th of September 2023. Between the 23rd and 29th of September 2023, a total of 170 incidents were recorded in several oil-producing states in the Niger Delta. 52 of these incidents were illegal refineries. This map shows a geographical representation of all reported incidences as at the 28th of September 2023. In the past week, 40 illegal connections were uncovered in Edo, Bayelsa, Rivers, and Delta states. At this location in Edo State, an abandoned illegal connection is seen pumping oil to the surface, devastating the environment further. In Egbema in Rivers State, we see how a valve fixed to a pipeline by oil thieves is being controlled.
We've been digging and digging and digging since morning, as you can see, and these are the bags that were removed from the pit. You can see traces of oil. Remove that bag, let's see what's inside. Wow, you can see there's a valve right here. We are on the right of way. This is behind the Chris Obos farm. And yeah, crack open a little bit. Close. Yeah, that's it.
In Elechi, River State, a seal is removed to uncover the illegality beneath. An illegal connection concealed with concrete to prevent leakage. Also, in Ibiemekiri in River State, this illegal connection is seen to feed several others. The multiple pipes feed into several oil pits or tanks for illegal refining or sale. In Udu Delta State, an oil pit which receives direct supply of crude oil was also discovered, with sacks containing crude oil littering the environment. Empty sacks waiting to be filled with crude were also seized. More illegal connections were discovered in Bayelsa State. This map shows a geographical representation of reported illegal connections as at the 26th of September 2023. 15 cases of pipeline vandalism were recorded in the past week. Here, we see a boat stealing crude oil from a vandalized wellhead in Obodo Omadino in Delta State. In this illegal trade, all means necessary are employed to convey stolen crude. In the past few days, 38 wooden boats were caught conveying stolen crude across the Niger Delta. 8 vehicles conveying stolen crude were arrested, while 8 barges containing stolen crude were apprehended. Big or small, the thieves employ all means possible. 10 illegal crude oil storage sites were discovered, while 5 vessel AIS infractions were flagged. 13 of these incidents were reported in the deep blue water, 45 in the western region, 62 in the central, and 50 in the eastern part of the Niger Delta oil-producing region. For NNPC Limited, there is no backing down on the war on crude oil theft until the menace is eradicated for good.
Professionals have advised that vehicles should be serviced after every 3,000 mileage. Now, you may be wondering why we need to invest on regular vehicle servicing when it appears that your car is doing just fine. Well, for the sake of safety, regular car servicing can help you identify problems in their early stages before they turn into devastating issues. It helps your car retain its resellable value, and more importantly, it helps you save money by improving your vehicle's fuel consumption and efficiency. Energy and you went out to sample people's awareness on the importance of regular vehicle servicing.
How do you know when your car is due for service? There's a dashboard on the screen that displays whether you have an issue with your spanner or whatever, or the engine, whether it's being overheat or not. Everything is being displayed there. So with that display, you use it to know if it's due for service or not. You should always check your mechanic. You should have a standby mechanic that will come and check your car. Immediately you hear any sound that is abnormal in your car, then it calls for attention and you need to call your mechanic to come and do that. Regarding the alignments and wheel balancing, part of servicing, when driving you should observe how your wheel moves, whether it's wangling or not. You try to observe that. So you go for the alignment and the wheel balancing. It's very essential for safety and also to less accidents on the road.
Importance of servicing car cannot be overemphasized. It helps you to know your car performance. It helps you to, to improve the performance of the car and to know when there is any issue in your car.
If you don't service your vehicle, you don't change your oil on time, it might lead to lock of engine, which will cost you some money to fix your car back. It's very good to always check your gauge early in the morning if your oil is due for service or not.
I'm advising every Nigerian and the car owner to know that the more you maintain your car, the better that car service you. Otherwise, we will continue having problems.
And here's where we end the show this week. Keep a date with us again next week. But remember to catch up on all other episodes of the program by scanning the QR code on your screen now. You can also visit us on all our social media handles and follow us for updates on the activities of NNPC Limited. Thank you for watching. I'm Elgusa Igumbo. Bye for now.